Okay, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today is all about astral projection. Now, there is so much information out there on astral projection, and I want to disclaim that everything that I'm providing in this video comes from my own experiences. If you guys don't know, I've been astral projecting consciously through meditation for quite a few years now, and I've astral projected over hundreds of times, and through each experience I've learned something new, and I've been able to have the most incredible experiences through meditation, and it's been so profound and so healing, and it's just incredible. So today I'm going to talk about what astral projection is, the process that I use to consciously astral project, and all the other factors that come into play, because it is quite a complicated topic to talk about. Get comfy, get a little snack, and get ready. Okay, so essentially astral projection is an out-of-body experience. So essentially you are projecting your consciousness out of your body into another dimension. So we have so many different types of bodies. These are the different types of bodies that we have, okay? And there are so many different dimensions that exist. Now, for reference, in this human reality, you are in the 3D. Okay, we're in the third dimension. That is time, space, dense reality, that energy materializes into matter at a slower pace than what it does in other dimensions. Now, it's important to note that everyone has a different soul contract, okay? And if you are on Earth at the moment, it is because you signed a soul contract to come here. So astral projection is not something that is essential for your human experience or something that you should be doing to evolve or anything like that. Like, astral projection for me has become a tool to optimize my human experience, and it's not something that was necessary or that I needed to do, okay? Astral projection can be so much fun, and you can learn so much if you do it correctly and safely, and that is what I'm going to teach you through my own experiences. What you need to know about the astral plane is it actually overlaps the physical plane. So if I put this little diagram here of the different dimensions, you can see that it actually overlaps the physical plane. So this is why a lot of people can access this fourth dimension, the astral plane, a lot easier than other dimensions, is because it overlaps and it's more familiar than anything else. Now, something to note about the astral plane is it is controlled completely by vibration, okay? So this is what vibration is. These are the different vibrational frequencies that exist, and you need to understand that the astral plane is like an instant manifesting mirror. So anything that you're vibrating at here will project out and manifest instantly. In this 3D reality, there's kind of like a time buffer, and that's why things take a little bit of time to manifest. But on the astral plane, things manifest instantly. So your thoughts will manifest instantly, your vibration will manifest instantly. And that is why it's so important when doing this work that you actually understand how your energy is, understand how your energy works, and how you can create that shift inside of you to then control the experience outside of you on the astral plane. Everything is energy, everything is vibration, and it is so fast on the astral plane. Instant thought, instant manifest, shift, instant manifest, okay? You could be on the astral plane and I could think, I want to manifest a hair clip, and it will appear in front of me like that, okay? It is no joke at how fast things can happen on the astral plane. And that is why I say it has optimized my human experience, because I've been able to access this dimension and access my astral body and my astral eyes, and I've been able to master my vibration because I'm not bound by this time-space reality where everything can manifest instantly. So when I go onto the astral plane and I manifest my biggest dreams and desires and I experience it energetically on that vibration in that realm, I then understand what it's like to have those things, so that when I come back to the 3D reality, it doesn't seem so far-fetched, delusional, and out of reach, okay? And that's what I've realized about this human life, is that nothing is out of reach, nothing is impossible. Like, you can actually do it, and astral projection has helped me with that. Astral projection has helped connect me with my guides, connect with my higher self, connect with different timelines, connect with people from the other side. Like, it has just been an incredible experience. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the process to consciously astral project. Now, there are multiple ways that you can astral project. There's people that have astral projected on accident, have no idea what's going on, and it just happens. There have even people that get sleep paralysis, and that's kind of like the gateway. There's people that enter lucid dreams. There's people that consciously do it through meditation. There are a whole bunch of ways to access this dimension. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the conscious way through meditation, because I love meditation and I've been doing it for years and it works every time for me. And Once you break through with your first astral projection experience, every other time after that is so much more easier. So don't feel discouraged if you are struggling to access the astral plane and astral project, because it can take some time for you to actually break through, but once you do, you're set. You know what it's like. It's like a muscle that you've just opened up, and now it's about building it. So the meditation experience, let's jump into it. Step 1. You need to make sure that you have a quiet, calm space, that you're not going to be interrupted. The last thing that you want is to be interrupted by a noise or someone slamming a door or anything like that. So finding a space that you will just be completely uninterrupted and not worried about time or anything like that. It's important to take note of what time you're doing this at, okay? So if you are doing it late at night and you feel quite tired, it can be difficult to stay focused, because astral projection actually takes so much focus and so much energy, okay? And I'll speak about that later on when I get to the actual experience of navigating the astral plane, but it does take a lot of focus and energy, so make sure that you're doing it at an optimal time. For me personally, I used to do this, and I know it's not available for everyone, but around 2-3 p.m. when I'd have that afternoon slump, because I would feel really tired, but I was never tired enough to actually go to sleep. So doing this, even in 6, 7, 8 p.m. when you're still kind of awake. So maybe don't do it when you're super, super tired, okay? Because then it's hard to focus and all you want to do is fall asleep. And that's what people say the most common is, I keep falling asleep. I just fell asleep. I just woke up. It's so hard to focus. Pick a time that works for you, okay? So the number one thing that I recommend with every meditation practice in my personal experience is laying down. I've tried sitting up, it's been amazing, but laying down I've had the most breakthroughs, because I'm not actually worried about my physical body. And that's something that is really key with astral projection, is you're not to be worried about your physical body. You're not to be sitting up and thinking, oh, my back hurts, I'm gonna come back to my body. You can't have distractions like that when you're doing this work, otherwise you're gonna come straight back, wake up and be pissed off because you were so close, okay? Don't do that. Lay down, get comfortable, get really, really relaxed, okay? So what I'll do is I'll do this around 2-3 p.m. and I'll lay down and I'll know that I'm not gonna be interrupted by anything, okay? Number 3, block out headphones. I will put on a big set of block out headphones, okay? You need block out headphones to make sure that even the slightest noise aren't pulling you out, okay? Number 4, you want to play a 4 Hz pure tone theta wave. It's a binaural beat, it's on YouTube, I will link it in the description below. It is a very stagnant baseline frequency that doesn't have all the jingles and all the guided meditations and things like that, because in my experience, that only becomes a distraction and pulls you out of the experience. You need something that you can hear clearly, that you can just focus, and that you can focus on your vibration through this frequency, okay? It actually dials down the brainwaves easier through the hemisync technology, so it enables you to actually calm down and pull through, okay? And that's what you want with astral projection. It is a very, very unique frequency, and it has worked. I've been using the same frequency for years, and let me tell you, I'll never use anything else, because it's incredible. It just literally works so well. Okay, so now that you are uninterrupted, you are laying down, okay, you have your blockout headphones on, you're listening to your frequency, make sure also that you are in a dark space, okay? You don't want to do this when you are in the light, because there are a few things that happen when you're astral projecting that you don't want to be confused with the light that's coming out, whether it's from a window, whether it's from a light. Like, just make it a dark, calm space with your frequency. That's all you need. And the first step that you want to do is you want to set your intentions. Now, intentions are so important with this experience, okay? Your energy dictates this, and your intention is a way of communicating that energy out into the field, out into the astral plane, okay? Out into every cell of your being to understand what you're doing this for, okay? So you need to be intentional about the experience. You need to be intentional about what you want to do, okay? So whether this is you thinking in your head, I intend on astral projecting, I intend on receiving guidance, I intend on whatever it is that you actually intend on, get clear on that and understand why you want that, okay? There's so many people out here that are just astral projecting because they think that they're gonna become some enlightened being, or they think that it's going to do something, I don't know, okay? It seems like everyone's just wanting to astral project, and I think something that really helped me is getting clear on why you want to astral project. Why do you want to do this? Because that helps you be more intentional about your experience. So figure out your why and then be intentional about the experience. Put your intention out there, okay? However way you want to do this. I personally would just think it in my head. That's my intention. The second thing you want to do is you want to ground and protect yourself. Obviously with this work, you're literally leaving your body. Like, you should be protecting and grounding yourself. That is essential, okay? And I do not recommend anyone that feels nervous, that feels scared, that is worried about this process to even attempt to do it. Your soul and spirit, like, physically will not allow you to progress if there is fear, if there is worry, if there is doubt. So ensuring that you're not in that frequency and you don't have that in your field is essential, because as I stated before, the astral plane manifests through the rate of vibration. So if you are vibrating at a lower frequency of fear and worry and guilt and shame, you are then going to attract everything else on that frequency, and it's not going to be pleasant, okay? Trust me, I've been there. But your soul and spirit will actually hold you back from actually separating, projecting if you are in that frequency, okay? Remember, you were always protected, you were always guided, okay? But also just taking note and being conscious. Do I actually fear this? Am I scared of this? Am I worried? Do I get a bad feeling? Again, remember, everything's in vibration. So if you feel a bad vibe, it's probably because you need to make some adjustments, okay? And also do your own research into the astral plane. What are you scared of? Okay, there's a lot of movies, there's a lot of stories out there that scare a lot of people away from this work, because as you know, on the astral plane, that's where essentially once you pass away, that's where souls will stay pending until they overcome what they didn't overcome in this lifetime, and then they'll move on, okay? So a lot of beings actually exist in the 4D on the astral plane at different frequencies, okay? So keep in mind when you're doing this work. In my experience, you truly don't have anything to be afraid of, because you need to understand that no matter what happens, every other being that exists is just another being the same as you. For some reason, we think that because there's a being of a low vibration, they have more power over us and they're scary. And the only way that anything can ever have power over you is if you allow them. Like, if you allow them to dial you down, if you allow them to knock your vibration down, and if you start to feel scared and have fear and start to spiral downwards, then you've given your power away, and you should not be putting yourself in a situation that ever affects your vibration. You're an infinite being of light. You are an infinite being. You are the creator. So you need to be so strong in your vibration and in your intention and in your grounding and protection to understand that nothing can actually hurt you, because when you're in that energy, you radiate, you just increase, you just go up, okay? So grounding and protection can look different for everyone, okay? It's important to understand that every being is the same, they just radiate different vibrations, and that nothing can actually hurt you unless you allow it, okay? That's your power. And understanding that the higher you vibrate, the better the experience is, okay? And I know this from my experience. I've had very low vibrational experiences and I've had really high vibrational experiences, and take it from me, you want to be up here, okay? It's so awesome. It's the best, okay? So understanding how the astral plane works with vibration, that is your power, is to keep a high vibration. So if you feel scared, if you feel fear, investigate it. Don't proceed until you release it and own your power. And also understanding that there are basic generic practices that you can do to ground yourself. You can, while you're laying in your meditation, you can visualize roots coming up and holding your body. You can affirm, I'm grounded, I'm protected. You can visualize a white light around your body. There are so many ways that you can ground and protect. And I urge you to really do your research and look into what works for you, what feels good for you. Those are a few things that I do, okay? But most importantly, you are protected because you know that you're protected. So now that you've set your intentions, now that you've grounded and protected yourself, and now you're feeling really good about the experience, and you're feeling excited, and you're feeling really connected with yourself, and you have a clear vision as to what you're doing and why you're doing it, it is now time to proceed with the actual astral projection technique that I use. First thing you need to do is you need to do breathwork. Okay, so breathwork is essentially what charges up your light body, that allows you to create that separation between your physical body and your astral body, okay? Because that's what astral projection is. You're actually tapping in and becoming consciously aware of your astral body on the astral plane. There are so many different types of breathwork out there, and it's not one size fits all. It is something that works for you, Okay, now the first phase when it comes to this breath work is something that I like to do is very similar to just Wim Hof breath work, where you will create a flow of in and out, and then you will hold on the inhale and pull energy up your spine. Okay, what this does is it actually creates a piezoelectric effect to take place in the pineal gland, which secretes DMT, the natural spirit molecule, and that's what enables you to have these experiences. Now keep in mind there are different lifestyle choices and things you need to look out for when it comes to decalcifying your pineal gland. That is the key. You cannot do this with a calcified pineal gland, okay? So look into that. So by creating this breath work and charging yourself, and the reason I say charge yourself is because you will start to feel your own vibration. You will start to feel buzzing and vibration and tingles in your body the more that you do this breath work. So I will do a few rounds of breath work, in, out, in, out, in, out, and holding on the inhale, and then I'll do another round, and then I'll do another round until I start to feel very buzzy, very vibraty, very tingly in my body, okay? And at this point, you should feel like you've entered the lock-in phase, where you will feel like your entire body has been locked in, okay? You should feel almost like you actually can't feel your physical body anymore. Very locked in, very stiff. This is almost inducing a conscious sleep paralysis, okay? And I spoke about that earlier in the video, how sleep paralysis is a way that you can astral project, and a lot of people do. And although sleep paralysis, in my opinion, is very low vibrational, because almost every person that you've heard of that has had sleep paralysis, it's been a negative experience, okay? So that's why I don't really opt for that option. I don't really enjoy sleep paralysis. I don't think anyone enjoys sleep paralysis. But if you've had sleep paralysis, it is the gateway to astral projection, obviously focusing on your vibration, everything like that. I personally don't recommend it because I think the feeling of sleep paralysis is disgusting. I hate it. And if you do get sleep paralysis, something that you can leave that paralysis easily is starting with moving your hands and your feet and wriggling your way out of it, and you'll be all good. Now keep in mind, if you do not prick this consciously, a chain reaction will take place and you will fall straight back into it until you break the cycle. So keep in mind for that, okay? Don't fear sleep paralysis, and you know, you can see a lot of other beings that will overlap into the physical. Maybe you're using your astral eyes, shadow people, machine elves, deities, things like that. So yeah, personally, I'm not a sleep paralysis fan, okay? I like to do it consciously on a really high vibe so that I can have an amazing experience and come back and just live my life. So essentially, you should feel locked in this sleep paralysis that you've consciously induced, and that's a really good sign. You may feel twitches, like your body, your muscles are trying to spaz out, and you just really need to deeply relax them and create that kind of locked in sensation. When you get to this phase, it's a really great time to start creating separation between your physical body and your astral body, okay? So this is the next phase to astral projecting, is once you've reached the lock-in phase, I want you to visualize your skeleton almost, okay? Your skeleton is moving. Now start with your hands. You're not actually moving your physical hands, but you are visualizing your hands moving, okay? So while you're physically locked in, you're visualizing your hands moving, you're visualizing your feet moving. Do you see how that's what you do in sleep paralysis? But now you're doing it in the opposite way to astral project. So start moving your feet, start moving your hands, and eventually you can move up and start moving your arms until you are literally moving your entire astral body, your skeleton, without actually moving your physical body, because you are creating that separation. Okay, you'll notice when you start to do this that you are in a deep focus, that you literally feel like you are not even in your body, even though you're aware that you're still there. You will feel like you're not in your body. Okay, and the number one sign that you're about to astral project, and you're getting very close if you can get to this point, is you will hear a very loud alarm go off, okay? And this is something that you hear when your pineal gland starts to secrete DMT, the spirit molecule. You're ready to project when you hear this. It will be the loudest alarm you have ever heard in your life, okay? It may startle you. You may think, what the hell is that? That is a good sign that you are now ready to go. As soon as you start to hear this alarm go off, now, whether you've heard the alarm yet or not, I want you to start to visualize with your astral body moving around, you rolling out of your body, okay? Not rolling physically, but just like you've done with your whole body moving around, you want to visualize yourself rolling out, okay? Now, it doesn't matter what's beside you. You're not actually going to hit anything if you roll out of your bed. You're not going to hit your bedside table. You're not going to hit the floor. You want to visualize with all of your energy, pushing yourself out as hard as possible, okay? While you start doing this over and over and over, you will then hear the alarm. you are ready to project and you are about to astral project. Okay, now when this alarm goes off, you need to really give it all you've got on visualizing yourself and like energetically pushing yourself out. Okay, what happens then is when you actually start to astral project, now this is when you're actually separating, leaving your body, you will find, number one, that your vision kind of goes out and a new set of eyes come in. And essentially this is you entering the astral plane and now adapting to your astral eyes. Now, when you do astral project and you do leave your body, there will be a brief period where everything kind of goes blank for a bit, and then you start to become aware that you've separated. You're now operating in your astral body, you're on the astral plane. Congratulations, you made it. Now, a few things to note is that when you're doing this for the first time, it's like being a baby, like you're learning to walk for the first time. You're gonna feel sloppy. I felt like jelly. I felt like a big jelly, it was really hard to even pick myself up. Like I was just rolling all over the place, like what the hell is going on? Okay, you are using that body for the first time, so don't expect yourself to be an expert at it. It gets easier the more that you do it. It's like a muscle that you train. Your vision may be blurry. Remember, the astral plane overlaps the physical plane, and depending on your vibration is how you're gonna interpret it and experience it. Okay, so some things may look similar, some things may look slightly different, okay? Say if I have a hair clip that I left on my table, it may be on my bedside table. Things will be a little bit different, and do not worry that it is like this, because that is just the astral plane, okay? So things may be blurry as well, okay? The more that you focus, the more that it's gonna be easier to get a very clear vision. The higher your vibe, the more clear the experience is gonna be, okay? Now, we've all heard about it, the silver cord, okay? Guys, in my experience, the silver cord is a coping mechanism that your mind will manifest and create to keep you safe. If you believe, and if you've done prior research before astral projecting and learnt that there is a silver cord that connects you to your body and you cannot get lost and you won't be caught in trouble, then your mind will actually create that to keep you safe. Okay, in my experience, I've never seen a silver cord. I've never had a silver cord, because I know that I signed a soul contract with this body. I know how energy works, and I know why I'm intentionally doing this. I've protected myself, I've grounded myself. I'm so solid in what I'm doing that I can come back and be like, okay, cool. Okay, don't think that a silver cord is like the end all be all. Some people see it, some people don't. It is a coping mechanism that your brain will do to project out to keep you safe. So that is my experience with the silver cord. Keep in mind, this is just a fragment of your soul leaving your body. Like the rest of it is still in your body. Like you're not gonna lose yourself. You're not gonna lose your body. It's impossible. You've got a contract there, so you will come back there. It's actually harder to stay on the astral plane, because one single thought of your physical body, you will come straight back. Any worry, any doubt, you will come straight back, okay? That's why I say it takes so much focus and it takes so much energy to really stay up there and to focus on what's going on and focus on the process. And that is how you astral project, okay? I will make a part 2 on some more details of where to go from here, but essentially that is the process on how you astral project through meditation consciously, and it has worked for me hundreds and hundreds of times. I have had the most profound experiences. Make sure you do your research, okay? This video is purely based off my experience and what works for me. It may not work for you. However, I strongly believe in it, okay? Please note, I am hosting a 4-week program starting in the new year called Light Bodies, which is essentially you activating your gifts and tapping into them. So if you're interested in joining, head to my website and I will see you there. Thank you so much for joining this video, and I will see you in my next one. Please subscribe and I will see you guys soon.